Okay, other complementary angles. So this time we're going to be going from pi on 2. So on the unit circle, we're looking at that angle right up there. And you can see sine and cos just revert, even though we're going pi on 2 and we're going backwards, we're going to the first quadrant where they're all positive. So sine will be cos theta, cos will be sine theta, and tan becomes 1 on tan theta, which is the most important one to remember. Well, if we're going pi on 2 and we're adding a little bit, sine becomes cos theta, because in there the only one that's positive is sine, while cos in the second quadrant is negative, and so we get negative sine theta. Example 21, sine theta is 0.3, cos alpha is 0.8, find the values of sine, pi on 2 minus theta. So we're going back to the first quadrant, so this is really just going to be cos, because it's and alpha, and cos of alpha is 0.8. This one here, cos of pi on 2 plus theta, we're going into the second quadrant. Cos in the second quadrant is negative, so this is going to be negative sine of theta. And sine of theta is 0.3, so we've got negative 0.3. While this one, we're looking at the fourth quadrant in here, because we're taking away theta. And of course, sine in there is negative, because we know only cos is positive in that quadrant. So we've got negative sine of theta, which ends up being negative 0.3. Okay, this is a rule to remember. Cos squared theta plus sine squared theta equals 1. It's called the Pythagorean identity. Doesn't have to be theta, it could be any angle. But cos squared something plus sine squared of the same thing equals 1. And we're going to use that. Question 3 from your book says, given that cos x equals 3/5, we need to find the x value between 3 pi and 2 pi, find sine x and tan x. Now this is just a 3-5 triangle. It's a 3-4-5. It's a right angle triangle. There's our x. This is cos, so adjacent over hypotenuse. And we can work out this side here using Pythagoras' theorem, which we get as 4. Because 5 squared minus 3 squared, the square root of all that gives me 4. So now if I want to work out sine, I'm just doing sine of x is the opposite side over the hypotenuse side. Tan of x equals the opposite side over the adjacent side. So 4 thirds. Okay.